Hello, my football fans, and welcome to the Touchdown Lady podcast. We talk football from a fan's point of view. I'm Cindy, your host. Let's just get into it. Now, the latest NFL news is that Aaron Rodgers has been seen throwing the ball around with DK Metcalf, the wide receiver that the Steelers just signed. So I don't know what that's about, but they were spot out at UCLA throwing the football around them too. Now, Aaron Rodgers still had not made a decision if he's going to be the quarterback for the Steelers or not. There's a lot of talk out there saying that he might be waiting until after the draft to see if the Steelers are going to draft a quarterback or not. So we just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see how that's going to play out with Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers saga still continues. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Brock Purdy. Now, he is still in negotiations with the 49ers for extended contract. But Brock Purdy is also on his final year of his rookie contract. That could make a difference on how much money they might really offer him, but they are still in negotiations, Brock Purdy and the 49ers, to figure out what is the extended contract amount is going to be, if they're going to give him one this year, or they might wait until, like I said, their fifth-year option, where they have an option his final year to let him play on a rookie contract and then sign to an extended contract next year. I don't know. We just have to wait and see. But they are in negotiations between those two. Now, Trey Henderson, the defensive end for the Bengals, is also looking to sign an extended contract with the Bengals. Yes, the Bengals had allowed him to go and seek a trade, but nothing came out of that during the free agent. So now he's in negotiation with the Bengals to sign an extended contract with them. I will keep you posted on that one as well. And let's talk about Ja'Whaun Bentley. He's the linebacker, 27-year-old, that the Patriots just released. I was really surprised that they released Ja'Whaun Bentley. I like Ja'Whaun Bentley. He's been with the Patriots for 7 years. He has won a Super Bowl with them. He's only 27 years old. So hopefully he'll get picked up by another team out there. So I'm rooting for you, Ja'Whaun Bentley, because I really liked him as a linebacker for the Patriots. Now, the owners' meeting for NFL is this week, and it starts today, March 30th to the 2nd. And one of the things they're going to be talking about in the NFL owners meeting is the tush push. You got it. There's some teams that want it banned. And one of the teams that want it banned is the Green Bay Packers. I don't know why they're hating on the tush push. I know the Eagles are the ones that started it, and they are the ones that perfected it. But I think it should stay. As a fan, I like to see the tush push, especially in those fourth down situations. It makes the game more interesting. Now, I don't think it's really going to get banned, and here's the reason why. They're saying there's no data out there that how much of an effect that the tush push has as far as players getting injured and stuff like that, and there's no data on that. And I also heard that they're going to need at least 24 votes to get that banned in the owners' meeting. So I don't see that's being banned. All I can say is for the Packers, just practice, practice, practice until you get it right. That's all I can say. You can't hate on a team that got a move down, and that's their signature move, and they do it really well, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. But they also said that the Bills, they have something similar, not called a tush push, but it's something similar that they do with Josh Allen. It's the same, so you just have to wait and see. All those teams out there that try to do the push-tush and don't have, just practice it. Just practice it. Let it stay in the game. We got other things that need to be taken out. But those are one of the things, as a fan, I'm rooting for the tush push to stay. Well, I want to talk about this weekend that just went down. It's the UFL Spring Football League, the first set of games, week 1. And let me tell you something. These games did not disappoint. Now, there were some teams that I thought should have won that did not win. And we're going to start the back with the Houston Roughnecks versus the St. Louis Battlehawks. Now, the St. Louis Battlehawks beat the Roughnecks 31-6. It was bad for the Roughnecks. Yes, it was bad. They got some work to do. They just was outplayed on offense and defense. The coaching was bad for the Roughnecks. It just was just bad. They got to get it together. They got to, if they want to compete this year in this UFL spring season, if they want to compete. They got to change. I mean, it was just really bad. You can go and watch the highlights in that game. On the other side of the ball, the St. Louis Battlehawks did a really good job on that defense. I like the defense, what they was able to do to shut down the Roughnecks. They had a running game. They established a running game, a passing game. They did a really good job. The St. Louis Battlehawks did a really good job. They are in the hunt for the championship to win. They want to knock out the Birmingham Stallions, which is the reigning champs, and they got a three-peat. That's right. The Birmingham Stallions have won this spring league 3 years straight. And so everybody's in the hunt to take them out. We've got to wait and see. But right now, the the St. Louis Battlehawks has got off to a good start. Moving on, let's talk about the San Antonio Brohams and the Arlington Renegades. This was also a good game that I enjoyed, but I was really rooting for I was really rooting for the San Antonio Brohams. I like them. I love Coach Wade. He's a really good coach. He's been around for a while. He's a defensive coach, and he can really coach. He was the coach of the Houston Roughnecks. That's why I got the shirt. Before they did the merger last year. But they did not play as well as I thought they did. They got dominated and outplayed by the Renington Alligator. Yeah, it was 33, Renington Alligator, and the Brohams had 9 points. It was just bad. This is only week 1. Hopefully, it'll improve in the next 2 weeks. That's what I'm looking for, these teams. All these teams that played bad, I'm looking for them to get better in the next 2 weeks. By the 3rd game, it should be really some really good playing right now. Also, the Michigan Panthers and the Memphis Showboats also. Now, this was a much closer game out of the last 2 I had talked about. This game, the Panthers wound up beating 26 and the Showboats 12. This was a really good game. It was a lot of back and forth in this game. I really liked this one. It was, like I said, it was a little closer game. This is the first week, so there was a lot of, penalties on both sides, a lot of mistakes. Neither one of the teams, to me, established really a solid run or a passing game. But this is the first week, and they're still working things out. So, like I said, in the next couple of weeks, it should be in more of a better rhythm, and they should have more what they're going to be able, who their identity is going to be on this field. Now, the last game I want to talk about is the Birmingham Stallions versus the DC Defenders. Now, the Birmingham Stallions played bad. It was just bad playing. I just got to call it like I said. They are the reigning champs, like I said, and they didn't come in there playing. It looked like they was unprepared. They could not establish a run game, a pass game. The quarterback got sacked about 9 times in this game, and it was just bad. I don't know what's going on. They got a hell of a coach. The Birmingham Stallions got a hell of a coach. Coach Holt is a really good coach. So I don't know if it was the coaching that was off, the players. I don't know what it was off for the Birmingham Stallions, but they were supposed to win this game as the reigning champs, and they wind up getting beat down by the DC Defenders. Now, the DC Defenders, this was like a revenge for them because last year in the playoffs, they got knocked out by the Birmingham Stallions. And so the DC Defenders came in there with a chip on their shoulder, and they came in there and they showed up and they showed out. And the DC Defenders also has a new head coach. In the last 3 weeks, they just got a new head coach. And let me tell you, that coach was on point. I watched him on the sidelines, how he was talking to the players and what he was saying. I liked the way he was coaching them. He did a really good job on that, especially on the defense. The defense shut down the Birmingham Stallions. The Stallions could not do anything with the defense of the DC Defenders. They really couldn't. Like I said, the Stallions wound up losing this game 11-18. DC Defenders wound up winning, and that was a home game for the DC Defenders anyway, so they wound up winning this game. It was a really good game. Like I said, in the next 2 weeks, these teams should even start better playing. Like I said, this was just the first week. They're trying to get their bearings, trying to figure things out as a coach and new players and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about the 3rd game. We should really see some real good action going on in these games. And that's what's going on over the weekend. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, you can email me at touchdownladies@gmail.com. That's touchdownladies@gmail.com. Well, this is the part of the show I like to end the show on a positive note, and now it's time for Facts, Fun, and Football. Well, I go in here and I pull out a fun fact to end the show on. Let me see what I'm going to get. And this is going to be a joke. What is a New York Jets fan's favorite wine? We can't beat the New England Patriots. And this is Sandy from the Touchdown Ladies saying, don't forget to smile, be happy, be kind, put your action behind your plan, and keep moving forward. And I'll talk to you later.